Yo, so I just finished inhaling some oddish leaves, and I had a couple thoughts about the market that I kind of wanted to talk about. Just like my personal observations as a shop and shit like that. Um, illustration rares, art rares, moving like crazy, crazy. But obviously the rocket set stuff, the old one is going up. But really, what I'm seeing with the new reveal of the new mega cards, I can see the old mega cards going up in value pretty quickly. I've seen a big rise in them, especially the gold borders, you know. So you guys should definitely check that out. See if you can get any steals before they go up higher. But I just was really just thinking about the state of the market in general, just because there's like a huge demand for English, and there's just no English anywhere right now, and whatever is coming out just sells out immediately. So I noticed my Japanese stuff is moving a lot more. It's a lot more in demand. Chinese gem packs are doing pretty well too, and singles are just doing really well. I'm getting a bunch of people trading, buying and selling. So it's been a very good couple months for singles. But yeah, there's just a high demand for Pokemon, and there's not enough shit going in and out. And yeah, so I also wanted to talk about some of these very pumped up illustration rares and art rares. Me personally, my suggestion is, if it's peaking right now, don't buy it. I'm noticing a lot of stuff that was peaking this month, last month, is going down right now. Like Enzoric has dropped like a good $40 from where it was 2 weeks ago. You know, a lot of slabs are going down, and you know, this should be a really good reminder that you are the market. You know, you are the customer and the consumer. So we saw prismatic ETB prices dip. You feel me? And people were buying at 130, 140, and now they're going back up, correct? Like, you are the demand, so you control that. So a lot of these scalping problems could be really resolved by collectively just not buying this stuff, but there's always going to be people willing to pay for that. So, you know, it's a hard thing to control and balance, but yeah, you control that market. You got me? You are the customer, you are the market. So a lot of these illustration rares, if you really want them, I would sit them out, because they're always going to be around. You get what I'm saying? So don't buy at peak. If you really want it, you know, and you're a collector and you got the money to spend, go ahead, just do it responsibly. A lot of these cards are peaking right now. Like, I'm moving stuff that's like $45 that was worth $2 a year or two ago when I bought it. Like, I bought out of stores IRs because they were selling them at 75 cents each, 50 cents each. I took them all, and they were just sitting there, and now they just gained a tremendous amount of value. Brute Bonnet is one. I have like 4 of them, and I just sold a couple for like 30 something. I think it's 30 each, 32 each. But it's absurd. It's absurd. So if you're gonna buy responsibly, and honestly, use your own judgment. Like, you know, if you're really in this because you like it, you can tell what good art is. You can see what a good print is like. You can see the textures, the way light reflects off of these cards, the hollow, you know. You can see how geometric some of these cards are, and you know, you as a collector should have an eye for these things. Like, I've collected a bunch of cards that were worth nothing, and now they're starting to gain traction because, you know, other people, new collectors, old collectors start to see how gorgeous these cards are, and they're very cheap. You get me? The Pikachus right now, the Crown Zenith alt art, nobody was buying those. You know, they were like $4. Now they're 20 something. They're beautiful, gray hollow texture, a lot of beautiful added in Pokemon into the art. It was a great card. So you as an individual, you should also be looking out what you believe is beautiful and what has a lot of attention to detail, and those cards usually will go up in time because there is effort in them. Like, there's people buying cards for specific artists that are making these illustrations. So if you have a particular artist that you like, you should be going after those. And odds are they will become of value eventually. And even if not, as a collector, you keep them. You get me? So yeah, if you're willing to spend at peak, you know, go ahead. But if you're somebody that's, you know, very careful with your money, or you're limited, or you're budgeted, you should definitely not buy at peak. Wait a little bit. There's a lot of stuff going down. Like, there's beautiful cards that are dropping in price. Master balls are kind of dropping because they're not moving as much, you know. So check that out. Some slabs, you know, actually a big play would be PSA 9 slabs. PSA 9 slabs are super cheap right now. Like, check the GXs, and a lot of the stuff is climbing. My Chain Pal and Reshiram gained like $10 in 2 weeks. So yeah, and plus there's the potential to crack it and resubmit it for a 10 too. Like, I think PSA 9s are really good plays right now for the GX and older stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of better stuff that you can do right now than trying to buy scalped products. I think that this is a really good time where the community can get together and continue to deal with each other, you know, going with smaller stores or online shops, and finding new channels and people to, you know, deal with. I think that's really what this was all meant to be made for. Like, it's buy, sell, trade everywhere. You know, just same with Pokemon, the games that you're constantly trading. Like, I think that's a good culture to have and cultivate. Truthfully, Pokemon's market is so interesting because it's almost its own ecosystem. Like, everything feeds into each other, and it only really is possible with our interests. So even though there's kind of a drought right now, like, there's a ton of Japanese stuff, but it's rising in price. You know, suppliers are upcharging as well. I think Pokemon Center is starting to cut seals and stuff for like purchasers of high bulk that are buying out in Japan. So there's a lot of changes going on, and that's the reason why prices fluctuate so much. But yeah, you know, the oddish leaves got me thinking about the market and everything like that. And sometimes, you know, you need somebody to talk to about that stuff. So if I am that person for you and you're driving or you're having a smoke, whatever, like, cool, I'm glad I could be there. But yeah, I there's a ton of IR cards that are beautiful that I can see going up in value, that right now it's still not too late to get into collecting them. There's a ton of them. So just check some stuff out that isn't at its peak, or if it is at a decent price, go for it. What I would really do is I would watch these alternate arts. I feel like they're not going to be moving much, so they're going to probably drop in value. So you could probably attack those, you know, buy some, keep them, or finish a collection you didn't finish before. There's like a big shift, but also these mega cards, pay attention to them too. It might be a good time to buy them now before they go up as well. I feel like it's a constant cycle of a new set that is reminiscent of an old set, right? So the hype goes towards that direction because people don't want to be a hype piece, whatever the case may be, or because older cards become an older generation due to a new version of them, they go up. So I would say go for megas. Buy the alternate arts at the dip, collect all your stuff, whatever you need. Like, there's a ton of beautiful alternate arts. So go after that. Battle Partner is still pretty cheap on the market, you know, so go after those booster boxes. It'll be great. There's a ton of great stuff in there. So anyways, yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. Find my stuff, HermesTCG.com. Thanks.